Do you like Poland? Do you like affordable 5-star hotels? Of course you do, you have good taste. Stick around, we're going to be checking out Hotel Altus Palace right here on the edge of the old town in Wrocław. So that's me all checked in now, and my impressions so far are relatively positive. Arriving at the entrance of the hotel, it wasn't as grand as I was expecting, and the style inside is a bit more contemporary than I'd imagined. However, it's all perfectly nice, and there's a lot more hotel to check out, so the style might change later on. And a bit of background about Hotel Altus Palace. It is a former palace, hence the name, built back in the late 19th century for a influential banker here in Wrocław. Now, it's a hotel, hence me staying here with 81 rooms, a Michelin recommended restaurant, and a Michelin Key Award for exceptional hotels. So that all sounds pretty promising, and on that, I think it's about time we check out the room that I've booked. The first thing that jumps out at you is the dividing wall and the generous size of the room. Also, the consistent colour scheme and general tone, someone really has given the theme a little bit of thought. The wardrobe also has plenty of goodies inside, the standard collection of a shoe mitt and safe, accompanied by a massive shoehorn. The corner of the room has an extra nook kind of area, not really the best use of space, however I did end up using these seats. Now the bathroom is very shiny, it's very bright and has a very good shower. From the bedroom window, you look out into the central part of the hotel. Despite the window being inwards facing, there's still plenty of natural light. The desk area has the usual tea and coffee facilities, but slightly elevated from a usual standard hotel. The tea bags were particularly nice and fancy. And as a bit of a treat, there was also some welcome meringues in the room. So whilst we let my tea brew, let me give you a little bit of context for this trip. So I first visited Poland about 8 years ago to Wrocław, of all places. I loved it so much I've come back. Definitely has nothing to do with the fact that there are very cheap direct flights from my local airport. However, my proper impressions of Poland were really made last year on a trip to Krakow. Now my key takeaways from that trip is that Krakow it's clean, it's safe, the food's really good, the restaurant culture is really good, and I would say it's a pretty ideal place for a city break. Now, let's see if Wrocław can equally impress me. And I know what you're thinking, you've already been here, but I literally cannot remember a single thing from that trip. So let's not get bogged down in my mental decline, and let's go out and enjoy Wrocław. Back at the hotel, let's check out the outside. It is very close to the old town, but still a bit of a walk to the main square. However, it isn't a very peaceful area. I did further explore the hotel, and on the ground floor there's a very cool bar, very contemporary, and some other places to sit dotted around the hotel. Down in the basement there's a small modern gym and spa. The spa is nicely finished. I had roughly 20 seconds to get these clips before the other guests joined me, but once I stopped filming I did enjoy and use the pool, sauna, steam room and the ice bucket to obviously impress the other guests. If you're finding any of these videos information useful, maybe you might get some value out of checking out my website and my other travel articles. Good morning, I've just got back from breakfast, and whilst on first glances you might not think that the selection is too large at the buffet breakfast, once you get closer you realise that there's loads of variety and the quality is really good. But the thing that really elevated the experience were the staff and the at-table service. So once I had my first course from the buffet breakfast, I then ordered from the a la carte menu some puff pastry thing. It was very good, and then I was offered and duly accepted some morning champagne. What followed was some more fruit and coffees and juices. I was very impressed by the breakfast, and my only regret really is not being able to physically fit in a fourth course. So I booked a superior double here at Hotel Altus Palace, with there being 2 cheaper options available as well as 2 more expensive suite options as well. So I'm kind of bang average in the middle there. In total I paid £170 per night, and that includes the breakfast and the room rates. So with retrospect, I kind of wish that I booked a suite really. There are 1 or 2 things that are missing from this room that I would have liked. Mainly there not being a view out of the window. Also, whilst we're focusing on the negatives, and trust me, we are scraping the barrel here to think of bad things to say, there are 1 or 2 marks in the room, very minor. Also, the gym, whilst it's very smart, it is a little bit limited, and the spa area is slightly smaller than I imagined it would have been. Okay, relax. We can talk about the positives. So the spa is really nice, obviously, and in general the hotel is very nice. The room is very comfortable. The bed was very comfortable. I slept very well last night. The staff were absolutely amazing. They bought me some bedtime biscuits last night, which was a very nice touch. So was it worth the money? I'm going to say a definite yes. I think £170 per night for a luxury stay in Europe isn't too bad. What do you think? And I am aware that asking these kind of questions is a bit of a ploy to get more comments and engagement on my video, but I am actually genuinely curious to know whether you think this stay was good value for money. And it's kind of inspired me to try and seek out the best value for money luxury stay you can get in Europe. Anyway, thank you very much for watching the video, and hopefully I'll see you next time.